What's up, guys? This is Beast on Investing. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please feel free to like and subscribe. And today we have earnings for HUT Q1 of this year, so we will look into that. And currently it's market's closed right now, sitting at minus 13, a bit of a dip, even though earnings were great. So maybe tomorrow we'll see a great day, but of course today Bitcoin was also down, so that also contributes to the price going down. So all right, so just a quick disclaimer before we get started. I am invested in HUT, and this is just part of just some of my shares that I own in HUT. So just to clarify, my average cost right now is about 483 here, so really close to today's price. So yeah, right, so getting into it. HUT8 achieved record level revenue results in Q1. So balance sheet grew by 134% over fiscal 2020. So the amounts here will be in Canadian dollars unless stated otherwise. So all of the results in Q1 will be end of March 31st, 2021. All right. I would read off here, but it's really not that legible. So I'm just going to go through their highlights, and we'll look at their operation and financial overview. So yeah, I have a lot of highlights on to emphasize the points, so hopefully you can follow along nicely. So HUT8 continues to strategically emphasize its HODL strategy. So I think every miner is doing the strategy, so it makes sense because right now we're in a bull cycle. So right now it doesn't make sense to sell it, otherwise unless you don't have cash to run your operations, then maybe you want to sell it. But other than that, HUT8 is kind of cash rich, so they don't really need to do it. So that's why they're hodling. And currently, as of today, or actually as of this release of the article, they own approximately 3,522 Bitcoin. And at the end of Q1, they had about 3,271 Bitcoin hodl. And that valuation, market value, is about $242 million. And yeah, so I think that kind of covers my point here about avoiding to sell to fund the operation. So Q1 2021 highlights. Most of them I've done videos on because there were significant points in significant achievements in their Q1 and pretty much their target and goals. So let's get over here and go through it. Record level quarterly revenue, $32 million Q1 compared to 12.7 in last year. Let's see, so 30.6 million is revenue related to Bitcoin mining. So pretty much 90% plus is from Bitcoin mining, and then we have 1.4 million from hosting clients, and then the rest, which is about $500,000, is from interest income from yield agreement with Genesis Global Capital. So the company closed a 77 million private PP, so private placement, which served to significantly strengthen HUT8's capitalization and allow several strategic action to be taken. So PP, it's pretty much done to get cash flow in the company so they can fund, like pretty much finance all their operation and acquisition of miners and acquisition of power plants and data centers. So the next one we have is HUT8 finally repaid its $20 million Genesis loan with all Bitcoin collaterals returned to HUT8, resulting in annualized interest savings of $1.6 million while reducing the company's credit risk exposure. So that was a really good, great news when that came out. I believe it was a couple months ago, so around March maybe, or yeah, when they paid out that loan, and they're joining the ranks among other Canadian miners where they all paid off their loan. So they ordered 5,400 units of WhatsMiners, micro BT watts miners, M30S Bitcoin mining, and that adds about 475 petahash total in Bitcoin mining capacity, following anticipated installation by July 2021. So if you're wondering what that looks like, the miner, one M30S. So that has 86 terahash, and that's what it looks like. So currently it looks like about, let's see. Right, since the Bitcoin price is down right now, so this profitability is based on $48,400 BTC price, USD. And the M30S currently is producing about $15.7 of profit per day. So that's per miner. And let's see. Right, so if we look at their HUT8, so they have about 1.073 per last update and about 3,522. And Q2, they're supposed to get to 1.506 exahash per second. And other than that, I haven't gotten any update here. I will update it once I get news of their increased hash rate and purchases. So by end of Q2, they should have 1.506 exahash. So which would be the fourth among the miners here. So yeah. So let's see. Ordered that, and then they ordered 10,000 NVIDIA CMP cards. So they're going to use that to mine Ethereum, and that will be completed this summer and installed and fully deployed. And since they entered into an agreement for an enterprise class product, so this is not publicly available in the open market right now. So they're getting a great deal right there. So, and looks like they'll expand its mining business while maintaining the benefit of payout in Bitcoin via Luxor pool. So they'll use that Luxor pool to mine Ethereum, and total hash rate for Ethereum mining is 1600 gigahash. I know the metrics are kind of way skewed with BTC mining and Ethereum mining, so this is pretty good compared, in the market for Ethereum. So looks like that hash rate will use about 4 megawatt in power, and given current dynamic, this would equate to approximately an incremental 3.35 Bitcoin per day. So that's how much in Bitcoin they would be mining Ethereum. So the company entered into a power PPA with Validus to support the Alberta operations. So this agreement also happened a while back. Obviously, this is a highlight of Q1, so that's why we're going through each point. So they initially secured up to 100 megawatts of new power, and at a cost basis power rate of so pretty much 2.74 cents per kilowatt hour. So which is subject to annual adjustment mechanism for 5 years term of the PPA. So that will last for 5 years, which is a really good rate. So this also has a pay down rate, $25 million rate pay down investment, and the first milestone was reached on April 2021, and the preliminary payment of $15 million was made, and these are all in Canadian dollars. So, okay, I remember this now. The rate pay down investment is kind of like milestones. So when Validus reaches these targets and goals in the metrics, then they get the incentive payment up to $25 million. HUT8 established a yield account with Genesis, where it earns 4.4% investment. 4% interest per year per 1,000 Bitcoin. That's what they have loaned out for investment, and they also have announced a similar program with Galaxy Digital, earning 4% as well per year. So Jamie Leverton, the CEO, joined HUT in December, and she kind of introduce ESG and sustainability priorities to ensure we lay the groundwork for community and planet to thrive. So she kind of focused more towards the environmental side, so which kind of works out nicely right now, but the stock is not reflecting it. So people, it's just lack of information, because the Canadian miners, besides Bitcoin price going down, they should be up because they are pretty much the top of the line in terms of environmentally friendly mining. So I know that Elon Musk Twitter tweet didn't really help the Bitcoin price, but coal mining, I don't know where you got that information from, because most of the Bitcoin, pretty much all of them, are moving towards environmentally friendly mining because they're using so much power, so they can't really rely on coal, which is not that great for the environment. So maybe in China or somewhere, but other than that, I can't think of any company in North America that uses coal. So let's see. So operation and financial overview. Revenue growth reflects improvement in the Bitcoin price, obviously. For Q1, average was about 45.3K US dollars, and prior year ended period was average 8.3K. So we know that Q4, the Bitcoin price shot up to about 23K. So this is looking like the year average, so $8,300 USD. So Bitcoin balance of 3271. End of the Q1, March 31st, value of $242 million Canadian dollars, and consistent of, so they hold about 2271 Bitcoin. They hodl that in custody, and 1,000 Bitcoin is loaned out to Genesis. I don't know how much they loan out to, it says right here they have a similar program for Galaxy Digital, earning for 4%. I don't know how much they loaned out to Galaxy, so yeah, that information is not available. Okay, so based on the strength of Bitcoin price appreciation, the gain on digital asset held in custody and digital asset loan receivable was $110.9 million. So that's just by hodling the Bitcoin. The asset pretty much has increased in value by about 110 million Canadian dollars in Q1. So unrealized gain digital asset held end of March 31st is at $66.8 million net of tax. So that's after tax. Before tax is $88 million Canadian. So which flows through other comprehensive income on the company's balance sheet, plus so re-evaluation of digital asset loan receivable of $22 million, which flows through the income statement. Okay. So the operation cost for the site in Q1 was 14.6 Canadian million dollars. So the prior year was at $12.6 million. And that increased because of the increase in power consumption. So more miners, more power usage. So net income of $35.5 million versus a net loss in $10.2 million at Q1 of last year. So I would say a healthy 2.5x in net income. So that also is due to the Bitcoin price average in Q1 going up to $45,000 USD. So adjusted EBITDA, so that's earnings before income tax, depreciation, and that is $16 million in Q1 versus a loss of $600,000 in Q1 2020, driven by the improvement in Bitcoin mining economics. So also the miners being more efficient. So yeah. Let's see. I think that was it. In regards to COVID, they had minimal impact on the ongoing operations of the company. If you've ever noticed any Bitcoin mining or any just server farms or anything like that, it's really in terms of faculty to run the operation daily, it's really minimal. Like you could pretty much practice COVID social distance restriction and still operate like calmly. Probably not that many faculty or employee needed to run the daily operation. if you look at the recent, there was a video done by one of the YouTubers. He went to a HUT8 mining facility in Alberta, and there was only a few people just looking over the entire place. So yeah. Other than that, I think that was it. So what's interesting to me right now is that the market cap of HUT8 at $579 million is similar to that of Bitfarms of 537, and the price, well, price is different because of the outflow of shares, but it's really interesting because I remember a few months ago, HUT8 would be at least $1 billion ahead of Bitfarms, and how things have changed. Now Bitfarms is at 1.42 exahash and HUT8 is at 1 exahash. I know the HODL is different, but with the 400 petahash increase, they should catch up in a few years maybe, but I don't think that's going to take a few years, because look at this. Bitfarm has 8 exahash coming in by next year, Q4 of next year, and HUT8 doesn't have any plan of, anything that they've let us know about. I'm sure they have plans to upgrade the miners and update the hash rate, but they haven't had any, I don't know about any goal target that they're trying to hit, so hopefully they'll do that. So right now, it's pretty much flipped. Bitfarms looks to me like the most undervalued company here in terms of pretty much everything. Future outlook is so much brighter for Bitfarms. They have 3 exahash locked. Pretty much agreements are in place and contracts are signed. 8 exahash should be coming in by Q1 2022. And this is the wrong video to be talking about Bitfarms, so let's move on. I think that was it. I mean, I understand Bitcoin is currently not doing so well, but I just have to practice patience. I mean, if you've done your research on these companies, you know that the potential for these companies to make so much money is ridiculous. I'm a strong believer that Bitcoin will hit over $100K US dollar by the end of this year. So we're currently in the midst of the bull cycle, but obviously today not so much, but that's looking at the small picture, and definitely want to zoom out and look at the big picture, how much these companies have grown. So if you look at pretty much HUT8, this is the US. We're looking at $2. Let's see, beginning of the year $2.90 all the way up to $13. So huge potential here. And then we had the down market start, and slowly just all the Bitcoin, any company related to Bitcoin pretty much tanked. So it's not just HUT8, and Hive is also down, and so I think that's it for this one. This is going on way too long. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.